We all know to expect death, taxes, and Leo Messi bangers.
Sensational!
But things almost took an unexpected turn for Leo and the Miami boys in the Dallas Heat. And at times, it just feels like the other 21 players on the field are just working so hard to get in goals.
Like clockwork!
Some things are just an inevitability on this planet of ours.
Messi scores! Of course!
Get used to it now, MLS goalkeepers. Those forced to face up to Lionel Messi are in a press class. Things have really heated up since Messi joined MLS. For one thing, Inter Miami brought air conditioners to training in the sticky Florida summer. And for Messi's first away game in Frisco, Texas, it was a hellish 105-degree heat. Can we get this man a sunscreen sponsorship? Not that the heat stopped the hordes of fans thronging to see Messi torch their own team in the flesh with their very own eyes. Tickets for this game sold out in 10 minutes. They went for as high as $9,000 because for the first time, the whole gang was getting back together. Messi, Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba were starting for Barca-lorida.
And all of a sudden, Barcelona shows up wearing pink.
And Lionel Messi only went and scored after 350 seconds, which is an eternity by his standards since arriving in America.
His sixth goal for Inter Miami, and it's another early lead.
And as anyone who's watched Barcelona in the past decade could have told you, Jordi Alba was always going to pull that back for Messi to score. Mark the man, lads.
Lionel Messi, Jordi Alba, they've known each other since they were teenagers.
Can he do it on a 105-degree night in Frisco, Texas? Hell yeah, he can. Just spare a thought about poor Apple TV's MLS commentators for a moment. They do hours of research before kickoff just to be reduced to screaming
Messi!
several times a game. Even the crowd was chanting his name. The Dallas crowd, as if it was a home game for Lionel Messi. So good, even the teams he clobbers cheer for him. But hold your horses. Then the script took an unexpected turn. Dallas had the temerity to take a 4-3 lead with roughly 10 minutes to go, storming a slightly undercooked Miami defence.
Robert Taylor trailing the play.
But you know what everybody saw coming. 85th minute, free kick. Cometh the hour, cometh the little Argentinian man. Up steps Lionel, who, when he sees a late, heroic set-piece opportunity, it's like a Boston cop spotting a playground slide. Dude just can't help himself.
Messi up, over, and in!
Miami manager Tata Martino had called this kind of situation, quote, a movie that we've all seen before. But let's be honest, right? Still doesn't make this late dramatic flourish any less pant-dampening.
Sensational from Lionel Messi again!
And the Beckhams hugged like two people who know they're going to get residuals on the sequel. Bend it like Beckham 2, Lionel Messi boogaloo. To penalties it went, and Inter thumped home 5 straight to knock out Dallas on the way to the League's Cup quarterfinals on August 11th.
Lionel Messi's Miami story continues!
Where Charlotte are the Washington Generals who await in the next round.
Hajiman, can he finish? Oh, what a goal!
Inter Miami have won every single game since Messi joined. He's now scored 7 goals in 4 games, which, let me get my calculator, carry the 0. It's really freaking good. Lionel's leaving a mark, and not just on the score sheets. Look at this man's cheek, which will surely never be washed again or on social media. Remember, Inter Miami had 1 million Instagram followers right before he joined, and now, a mere month later, they've got 13 million, which is more than every single other MLS team combined. They're even talking about him on Pardon the Interruption. I've always said, when soccer makes it onto the same PTI rundown as the XFL and Russell Wilson,
should they protect him? They should have an armed guard out there with him.
We've made it in America. It gets better. Apple CEO Tim Cook, he mentioned in the latest quarterly earnings call that Apple TV Plus met its subscriber targets, in large part thanks to Messi.
You need something! You want something! Call Lionel Messi!
The gent who keeps advertising the MLS product to his 480 million Insta followers around the globe. Remember, our boy gets a cut of all those new subscribers, which were said to number 300,000 in June and July, taking the overall number up to 1 million.
On to the quarterfinals of
Even Sir David of Beckingham is all in on the Messi tour, following his gent around and gushing about his Argentinian son in interviews, calling signing Messi, quote, without a doubt, one of the best moments of his life. And in Dallas, Beckham was mobbed himself trying to leave the stadium. If you can't get Messi's autograph, might as well get one from a guy who knows him, who smells so good, and is actually shaking the deity's hand. And talking about dudes who know Messi, I think it's time for another Jorge Mas, Miami owner, historic truth.
There could be three major events in the history of the sport in this country. Pelé in 1972, David Beckham in 2007, and Lionel Messi in 2023.
By the way, for those too young to remember Pelé in the US, the Brazilian GOAT scored in his first game for the New York Cosmos.
Goal is scored, and it was Pelé.
And in his second game, put the ball in the back of the net again, only to be dogpiled by a swarm of adoring pitch-invading fans, one of whom injured his ankle, forcing Pelé to leave the field on a stretcher. And worse, the goal was then disallowed. So far, Lionel has only been dogpiled by adoration, even from opposing players. After all, he's inevitable. Might as well go and get a shirt from the gent who just slaughtered you.
It continues to go perfectly to the Inter Miami script.
Find out which goalkeeper Lionel will toast next week in the Messiverse. It's like a podcast, but we're moving pictures. Subscribe to the Men in Blazers on YouTube to feed your footballing goat addiction.